welcome. I would like to welcome you in my room, in my own world. But before we do that, I have a question for you. Or, yeah, could you think of a moment in your life where there was a miscommunication? Whether it was because you couldn't communicate in the same language, or maybe the language was the same, but you still couldn't find a common ground and a sense of connection to someone else. And I would like you to keep that moment in your mind until the end of my talk, and that's when we're gonna come back to it. So now, to kind of get into my own world, I would ask you to close your eyes for a second and imagine a room. It can be your room, it can be a room where you feel comfortable in. Maybe it's an autumn, cozy afternoon, you have a hot chocolate in your hand. Maybe it's a summer evening and you're hanging out with your friends, you have a lemonade or anything in your hand. You feel comfortable, you feel good. Now you can open your eyes and you're in my room. You're in the place where it all started. Because it all started with me loving music, with me in my room listening to music, writing music, being in the moment and being certain that I can express myself and express what I love doing through music. I can find what I feel like is me. I can find connection to music. And also that helped me get through some harder moments in my life, and whether it was in high school where I couldn't find the right balance with the amount of work I had to do, whether it was some family stuff, whether it was friendship, drama or breakup, I could always find solace in music, and that's what I kind of did. I tried to find songs that I would relate to, that I could find comfort in, that would make me feel like someone else relates to what I have to say. Like I can be myself and feel that someone else also knows what I am going through. So I started looking for songs like that and looking into how does that make me feel? Do I find connection? Do I feel like this artist or this song or this melody or the lyrics that they are portraying, does this speak to me? And I went through songs and there's this one song that really stuck with me through my whole last year of high school, where I felt really stressed about my future, about what I'm going to do, about maybe leaving all of my friends behind. And I wanted to show you an example and moment of the song. I'm running low on serotonin, chemical imbalance got me twisting things, several lies with medicine. But there is no depth to these feelings. Dig deep, can't hide from the corners of my mind. I'm terrified of what's inside. I get intrusive thoughts like cutting my hands off, like jumping in front of a bus, like how do I make this stop when it feels like my therapist hates me. Please don't let me go crazy. Put me in a field with daisies, might not work, but I'll take a maybe. Oh, been breaking daily, but only me can save me. So I'm capitulating, crying like a silly baby. I don't wanna miss the data, I don't wanna be me data, I don't wanna... Wait, stop. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I only look for songs that I relate to and they only put me deeper in those feelings. Even though, yes, they might work for a moment and it's also good to feel those emotions and to kind of feel that it's okay to feel this way. I do think that the balance is needed to kind of go through with your life as well, because you might and you can and it's okay to feel a certain way, but sometimes it's also good to look for something that can boost your energy up a bit and get you through those moments that you don't really feel like yourself or you don't know who you are at the moment, but it's going to be okay in the end. So then I started also listening to songs that would give me that feeling and that would allow me to boost myself a little bit and create that sort of feeling where I know it is all going to be okay in the end. Because why would I keep on listening to it and listening to it and listening to it if it doesn't bring me the effect that I would like it to? And this song is an example of what I mean. Don't take this the wrong way. You knew who I was with every step that I run to you. Only blue or black days, electing strange perfections in any stranger I choose. With there was a right way, honey, there is no right way. Also, I fall in love just a little, oh, little bit every day with someone new. I fall in love just a little, oh, little bit every day with someone new. I fall in love every day with somebody new. I fall in love. Well, it is good to find that place for myself, but then it's only myself in the end. And then I started thinking, what happens when there's someone else that enters the conversation? I might be able to know who I am and how I feel and kind of go through it with the help of words and music. But then in the end, it's like a language. Like this is an English dictionary, and I can understand it even though it's not my native language, but I was learning it almost my whole life. So now I can understand it and I know what those words mean. And I know that this means something for me. And I know what I mean when I say, for example, edge. Yes, sometimes I was on the edge, that's why I listen to songs. But then, in the end, it's my own little bubble, it's my own room. And it's not always this way. It's very often that someone else enters the conversation. For example, a Dutch person like this Dutch dictionary. And we might not understand each other perfectly anymore. For example, bewilligen, and I'm sorry for any mispronunciation at this point. But we might not, even though we might speak English, both of us, we might not find that common ground anymore because, well, yeah, we're from different cultures, different languages. And even if in the end, in the beginning, yes, we might know kind of what we mean, but all of our stories and all of our past experiences create different meanings for all of us. So then only words might be a bit confusing. And it's only two people talking to each other. What if we add another language to it? In this case, Spanish. Maybe it is even more difficult. Maybe it's infamar. I don't really know what you mean. Maybe we both speak English, but it creates so much more chaos. And we try to communicate. We look for that central place for all of us, for that common ground, for everything to make sense. And in the end, we can add Italian, and in the end, I don't really know what's happening anymore. We all say something, but what do we really mean? Well, it can get a bit chaotic. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Well, we could, I suppose. I mean, maybe we could add something that makes the language universal, that creates sort of a path for all of us to follow, so that we can find a way to all understand each other. So that it doesn't cause that many misunderstandings. And my way would be maybe through music. Maybe music can be that language for all of us. That common ground that allows us to form a story of what we mean. And create that place where we all reach understanding. And that's what I love about music, that's how I love music, and that's why I love music. It can be influential on so many points and in so many areas of the world. And that's kind of my dream, for people to experience that as well and to find and look for ways that music can help us. And now I wanted to tell you a short story. Jest taka bajka w Polsce, nazywa się Pszczółka Maja i opowiada o pszczółce, takim zwierzątku, które sobie lata i ma przyjaciela Gucia i bajka jest oglądana przez małe dzieci. How did that make you feel? Can we get like 2-3 words? Confused? Intrigued. Funny? Okay. Curious.
I heard Maya's name.
Yes, there was Maya's name in it. Well, what I told was a short description of an animated movie that people or children watch in Poland. And only words can be confusing, can be intriguing, but don't give us a lot of context when we don't speak the same language. So in the end, we could always try to say the same thing, but add music to it. And any second, the song is gonna start, but before that, the music that you hear, you can focus on how that may change your experience and the way you understand what is happening. Maybe it will give you the same emotions. Music is a subjective field in the end, and the same thing may carry a different meaning to every single one of us. But in the end, it is a very powerful tool that, in combination with words or without words, can influence our lives in a big span and carry a beautiful message, I think. Even though sometimes we might not know what to do, I think words or music can help us get through some difficult moments in our lives. And that's also what I wanted to say, that with music and with words, we can change our lives and each other's lives. When is the song gonna start? Here we go.
Maleńka pszczółka mieszka w nim. Co jeść chce kwit owadów tę pszczółkę, którą tu widzicie, sobie
Well, I don't know if it carries any different feelings once you've heard the songs. Maybe you can share as well. Yeah. Oh, so you also know it. Yeah. Well, that's perfect. I didn't even realize that there was a different version. Okay. So any other feelings?
Happiness.
Happiness.
Joy. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Childhood.
Childhood. Okay. Okay. Great. I'm really glad it worked out. The song really carried the message. And now I would like you to go back to the moment or the memory I asked you to remember in the beginning of my talk. And my message right now is to, when you feel that a miscommunication is coming your way and that something that not everyone understands is happening, try to find a different path, look for a different way. Maybe it is through music, maybe it is through words, maybe it is without using words or music, maybe you will find your own path, but just try to reach understanding and find that common ground and that common path that can be found within music, words, both, or anything else. Thank you.